A report by Insider Intelligence is predicting a massive slump in Twitter's ad revenue by the end of the year. It's forecasting global revenue for Twitter will be just under $3 billion by the end of 2023. The report follows a recent major development. Twitter Inc. no longer exists. In a court filing earlier this month, it was revealed the company had merged with Musk's newly formed firm, X Corp. Now, I want to bring in Nitish Pawa. He's an associate writer of business and tech at Slate. Thank you for joining us. But let's begin with this merger. We hear X Corp, no longer Twitter Inc. What might this suggest about the plan for the future? And also, what is going on? X Corp?
Yeah. Well, thanks for having me, Omar. Yeah, so the X Corp thing comes from both a longtime fixation of Musk's, which is that he loves the name X for a lot of his companies, X.com, SpaceX, Tesla Model X, what have you. And he'd formed some holding companies, also called X, in order to facilitate the transaction back last year. Now, X Corp is an entirely new company that he's made for this purpose, registered in Nevada. The other X holding companies were registered in Delaware.
Mhm.
And he's registered a new holding company for Twitter, also in Nevada. And what this means, I'm not entirely sure what it means for his plans. It seems from a lot of sort of kind of side messages he's conveyed through subtle Twitter likes or through other means that he really does intend on building a so-called everything app called X that would include Twitter's functionality, possibly include some AI. He's been buying a lot of GPUs for Twitter recently and would try to become some sort of American WeChat. I'm not sure, again, how he actually plans on doing this, but this may be a first step toward that.
Let's talk a little bit about ad revenue. What is it about the changes at Twitter that's driving this steep drop? Is it people reacting to Musk, or is there something more?
I don't think it was Musk himself necessarily. There were a lot of advertisers who were eager to work with him. The problem was that once he made huge staff cuts and once everything on Twitter got a little more chaotic, there were a lot of formerly banned accounts that went back on the platform. There were documented surges in hate speech, which I know he's denied, but a lot of reputable outlets like the New York Times and Washington Post have documented that, yes, hate speech has gone up a lot on the platform since Musk took over. And I mean, for those reasons, one, no one there to answer calls from the Twitter office, and two, just a much more like hate-filled outlet. I mean, you're not going to see a lot of advertisers wanting to put their stuff near tweets like that. So you've seen a drop in vendors, you've seen a drop in spots, and it's to the point where I'm not sure how he plans to make it up in any sort of time.
Well, and one more quick question here. We heard him talking about layoffs. Could there be more on the horizon?
It's possible. I mean, he jumped right out the gate with nearly 75% staff cuts, and there have been more firings and more overhauls and more people let go since. So I would not be surprised if he lays off or fires even more people, especially to offset other costs that he plans on using for Twitter, whether those are the GPUs
Mhm.
or other X Corp related plans. But yeah, I could totally see him trying to thin down things even more, which may not be the most conducive business strategy, but we'll see.
Well, he has shown that he's the owner and he'll do what he wants. Nitish Pawat, thank you very much for your time.
Thanks for having me.